Hi folks, this is Karim Rauf of IT Visualizer channel. We will continue our lab, the Red Alert lab. This is the video number 57. We have been discussing in the previous video the following. We have started a new topic from 2 videos ago on securing Adobe Reader DC, and we have discussed a lot of topics or a lot of recommendations concerning how to secure Adobe Reader DC, and they are all useful information, and most of these recommendations disable the online services for the Adobe Reader DC, something like the Document Cloud or Adobe Document Cloud and Cloud Synchronization, and mostly the online features of the Adobe Reader DC, which expose your Adobe Reader program to the internet and to be hacked. Okay, so mostly any program or any device or any system is exposed to the internet, there is a large probability that it will be hacked. Okay, so the most secure systems are the most closed systems. What we mean by closed system, that are not available on the internet or not facing the internet. So let's continue for where we have stopped the last time. Here Adobe Reader DC must disable the Adobe Repair installation. So there is an option when the Adobe Reader is corrupted or something, you can repair the Adobe Reader DC by reinstalling the program or repairing the installation. Okay, mostly it will reinstall the software. This is what we mean by repair installation. Okay, so it will reinstall the software. Okay, so why we need to disable something like this, or a useful option like this? Because mostly as I think, when you repair the installation, all of the settings, okay, of the software, maybe it will be reset or it will be removed. Maybe this is something like a clean installation. If you for example, you have the Adobe Reader and you have you have set up some options on it or disabled some features in it, and then it was corrupted. Okay, so when you repair the installation, all of these disabled options and features will be opened again as you repair the installation. It is something like factory reset. Maybe this is what I think this option should be disabled for. So he's saying that you should not let the normal user have the option to repair the installation of the Adobe Reader. Okay, so he's saying here, when repair installation is disabled, the user does not have the option or help menu or functional to repair an Adobe Reader DC install. Okay, let's see maybe something to just make my point of view more clear. What is Adobe Reader repair installation? How to update repair. What does Adobe Reader repair installation do? Let's see this one. Provides a procedure to repair installation without reinstalling the program from the CD. If Adobe Reader or Adobe Acrobat is not running properly, or you are receiving a lot of messages, the repair option will restore all installation files to their original state. So he's saying here that he will restore the Adobe Reader to its original state. We can see this option here, restore all installation files to their original state. Okay, without reinstalling from a CD. So it is something like reset option. Maybe this is why we should disable it. Something you remember, I have something like this in the Chrome or in the Edge. You have something like to reset the browser or something like this. Just wait for a moment. To reset the browser or to restore factory setting or something like this. Okay, so this is, I think, something like reset. Okay, so this is why we should disable something like this. Okay, it should only be available to the IT and when the Adobe is completely corrupted. Okay, so we need to make sure that this option is not available for the normal user. Even though if he tried to reinstall the Adobe and all of the features or all of the functions are restored, still the group policy will be applied to him again, and all of these options or features will be disabled. But anyway, I think this is their point of view for disabling the repair option. So we can do this from a registry key, or I think let's see if we have it in the group policy of the Adobe. Let's go and see if we have the Adobe Reader group policy. Let's see if we have the repair option there. If you can go there, this is the most updated feature of Adobe or most updated group policies of Adobe Reader DC. So let's see if we have something like this. General help. Yes, this is repair installation. So we can disable it from here. Repair installation for 64-bit Adobe Reader DC program or 32-bit Adobe Reader DC program. So we can do this from the group policy or from a registry key. So we can do this also from different location. Okay, it's from wow 6432 node folder, then Adobe Acrobat, then Adobe Acrobat Reader, then DC, then installer, and disable maintenance. So we can do this from this location. So we need to do, or we need to go and create this registry key to disable maintenance for the Adobe Reader. So we'll go open the group policy, Adobe Reader DC hardening, and then configure this registry key to be applied to all of the machines in our network, especially to our Adobe Reader DC program. So we'll go to the setting and then go to the registry. So here we will create a key, right click and view registry item, and then we need to create a key in a certain location. Tell him create. First of all, we need to check and see where is this registry key reside. So if you open regedit and then OK, we will go to wow, I think to wow 64-bit 6432 node. This is the one. I am just checking if this location is there. So we go to wow 6432 node, and then to Adobe, and then to Adobe Reader, okay, and then DC, and then we can go to the installer, and then we create the key in this part, okay, or in this section, okay, to the installer, disable maintenance, and we will give it 1, so it will be enabled. Okay, so this is the one. We need to enable this feature. Anyway, it's a very useful feature, by the way, but it should be disabled for the normal user, not to play with it, only for the IT. Okay, so but this will close this option for all users, or if you are selectively applying this group policy to all of the PCs except IT PCs. Okay, so anyway, we'll go and tell him to apply this group policy. Okay, Adobe Reader DC installer, and then we'll create the key, something called disable maintenance, and then we'll give it 1, value of 1. So I think this kind of option could be overpassed, okay, or could be skipped, because I think it's a very useful option. Okay, so disable it will be a very strict, or it's very restrictive policy. Okay, I think this is very strict. Maybe it will not apply to normal corporations. Maybe this is good in a military environment or something. Okay, anyway, we will continue the next recommendation. Something, tell him to must disable third-party web connectors. Okay, web connectors are connectors that will connect to third-party services for file storage. So basically these are connectors that will connect to third-party servers that are working as file storage. Okay, so this is also should not be enabled for the user. It's something like Adobe Cloud Document that we have discussed before. It's a server that you can upload documents to Adobe servers, especially Adobe Document Cloud servers, and you can, after uploading these files to the Adobe servers, you can get a link and send it to the user so he can download the file. Okay, especially if you are sending an email and the attachments is more than 20 megabyte, which is the limit that's, or the size limit that you can reach, or you can or you are allowed to send through the Adobe or through the Outlook. Okay, so he is saying that we should not enable any connector to any file storage services outside our network. Okay, so this is what we mean by third-party web connectors. We need to disable this feature. Let's see if we can do this from a group policy before seeing this from a registry key point of view. So let's see here: valid automatically, privileged location, privileged host, trust manager, okay, or external applications, security, and then help, and then general, and then preferences. Let's see if we have something like this: Adobe Reader, SharePoint, enable Flash, send the tracks, service upgrades, webmail, third-party web connectors. So here we can see that it is there already. As we all noticed that when I was recording the video, this group policy was not updated by all of these features. For example, this was not available when I was recording the video, and also this was not available when I was recording the video. So this is an updated group policy template for Adobe Reader DC. So we can enable all of this without putting the effort for creating registry keys to do the job for us. Okay, but anyway, we can do this using both ways. Okay, just to know how we can create a key to disable or enable an option in the Adobe Reader or any program, okay, on the Windows, or any option on the Windows. Okay, so registry is a way that you can play with the setting or the options of the Windows and other programs, okay, installed on the Windows, of course. Okay, so let's create the key to disable web connectors. Okay, so we'll copy an old key and then change the name because it is in the same location. It's under feature lockdown and then C services key, and then we'll create P toggle web connectors and make it 1. Okay, so now we will change the name because it is in the same location, and we will make a new key in the same location, P toggle web connectors. So this is the feature. Then we must, the next recommendation, we must disable Acrobat Upsell. Okay, products that don't provide the full set of features by default provide the user the opportunity to upgrade. Acrobat Upsell displays messages which encourage the user to upgrade the product. For example, users can purchase additional tools and features, and Acrobat Reader users can upgrade to Adobe or Acrobat Professional. So this is a very important point. So the Adobe Acrobat Reader DC, it's only designed to view PDFs, okay, and it doesn't have a lot of tools or features. You should, if you need to add more features and tools to the Adobe Reader DC, you should purchase it, okay. And if you need to upgrade your Adobe Reader DC to Adobe Reader Professional or Pro, which is a more advanced feature of Adobe Reader DC program, it enables you to edit PDFs. So this is very, very important, because if the user have the option to upgrade his Adobe Reader DC from normal one to professional one, he can edit the PDFs, and this is not allowed. Okay, we only need the user to view the PDFs, not to edit them. And for example, also not to add features and tools that are not tested by us, or should these tools or features are not secure, because it's, even though it is provided by Adobe, okay, but we could not know if it is provided by the Adobe company or one of the companies working with Adobe. Anyway, so any tools and features, we should test it before allowing the user to install these features on the Adobe Reader DC. And actually, we should not allow the user to have or to upgrade his Adobe Reader DC to Adobe Acrobat Professional, because it will enable him to edit the PDFs, which is not a good thing to do, because the most advantage of the Adobe Reader DC, that it can view the PDFs, and the PDF most advantage, or the most thing noticeable in PDFs, that you cannot edit it by default. So we should completely disable Acrobat Upsell, so the user cannot change his product from one product to another, like Adobe Reader DC to Adobe Reader Professional, or add any other tools and features that could be harmless, or it could be not tested thoroughly by our security engineers, or it should not, or it should be these tools and features are online features that will expose our Adobe Reader DC to the internet, and actually it will expose them to be hacked. Okay, so we need to control this option by disabling it. So we will disable Acrobat Upsell. This can be also disabled from here, from the group policy, and we will do it through a registry key as well. So we'll go to the feature lockdown in this this location and create a key. Tell him be Acrobat Upsell or be Acrobat Upsell. Tell him to disable. Okay, so tell him paste, and then we will change the key to be suppress Upsell, so he will not be notified to upgrade his Adobe Acrobat Reader DC. Here we mean upgrade to upgrade features, not to upgrade or updates concerning the security. Okay, so this is another thing. Okay, so we disable this feature, and then we should continue working, or we should see the upcoming recommendations. Let's see what is the next one. So the next one could be, okay, we'll continue working. So the next one is disable Acrobat or Adobe Send for signature. The Adobe Document Cloud Sign service allow users to send documents online for signature and sign from anywhere or any device. The signed documents are stored in Adobe Cloud. The Adobe Cloud Document Sign service is a paid subscription. So this is a way that you can make electronic documents and sign them, something like for example, if you have a purchase order, for example, I think, yeah, if you have a purchase order as in PDF and you need to sign this PDF and give it to your boss, so this can be done, okay, using the Adobe Document Cloud Sign service. So it allows you to send or to sign any PDF from anywhere or any device by uploading the document to Adobe Cloud. So for example, if you need to sign a PDF, you can do this from your home, you can do this from your work, you can do this from anywhere, because it is on Adobe servers. So this is a very critical thing. Our documents should not be stored on third-party servers, file servers. So this should be stored in our internal file servers. So this should not be done, and this option it is a paid, the Adobe Cloud Document Sign service is a paid subscription. You need to pay, okay, to use this service. Okay, so let's have more clarification about what is Adobe Cloud Sign option. What is Adobe Cloud Sign option? What is Adobe Cloud Sign document? Is a solution, a cloud-based enterprise class e-signature service that lets you replace paper and ink signatures process with fully automated electronic signature workflow. So this is very good explanation. It replaces your signature process. For example, if you have a purchase order, the purchase order should be signed from your purchase manager, and it should be signed from your finance manager, and should be signed from your GM, and should be signed from your direct supervisor or your direct manager. So all of these are signatures that should be put on your purchase order, so it will be good to go to be processed. Okay, so this is something like electronic signature process or workflow. Okay, so this is will be done. It is a cloud-based solution, so all of these steps will be done through the cloud. So it's a very dangerous option to use, actually, if you are in a military environment or you are in a sensitive environment. Okay, so this is why we need to be very careful about this one. Okay, so let's see also if we can disable signature also from a group policy perspective. let's see here how we can do this. Adobe send for signature, so here also we can disable this feature from here, or we can do it using a registry key. Okay, so we'll do this using a registry key. So as we all see here that most of the recommendations concentrate on the online features that are accompanied with the Adobe Reader DC program. Okay, so let's see here, toggle Adobe Sign. So we will disable this feature. So we should have our internal system for approving and signing our documents. Okay, we should not do this through the cloud. Okay, so this is the one, and then the next recommendation is to disable access to webmail. Okay, when webmail is disabled, the user cannot configure a webmail account to send an open PDF document as an attachment. So we all know that you have an option. If you are opening a PDF, you can send it as a document to the Outlook, and you will see your email. Also, for example, if I need to send a PDF to someone by email, so there is an option in Adobe to tell him send to Outlook as an attachment. Once you click on this option, it will open an Outlook message, it will compose an Outlook message, and the PDF is attached to it. So this is what we can say about open PDF document as an attachment. Okay, so this should be done through the Outlook program, not to be done using webmail. Webmail, you can access for example the Google email through the web or through the Outlook. You can access your email through the Outlook or through the web. So he is saying that you should not have this option configured to use or to be this option should not be used with webmail, or we should not use when you access your email through the web. This can be done using the Outlook. If you have an email, configure it using the Outlook, and then you can send a PDF to the Outlook and he will send it as an attachment. But you should not do this by opening a browser and then opening your email and then send the PDF to the webmail. Okay, and as an attachment. So he's saying that should only this be done using the Outlook. Okay, he's saying webmail is disabled, cannot configure a webmail account to send an open PDF as an attachment. Users should have the ability to send documents as a Microsoft Office or Microsoft Outlook attachments. So this is what we are talking about. You can send a PDF as an Outlook attachment. Okay, it will be sent to the Outlook program, it will compose a mail, and it will attach the PDF to the mail, not through a webmail. A webmail means that you open a browser, sign into your email using the browser, a username and the password, and then you can access your email using the web, not using program. The difference is that Outlook must be configured by the administrator on the local machines, and actually we can secure the Outlook, but we cannot secure a webmail that you are accessing through the browser. Okay, so we can control the Outlook, but we cannot control a webmail. Okay, so here we will create a new key called See Webmail Profiles, and we will disable sending attachments or sending PDF as attachment to webmail mails. Let's see first if we can do this using a group policy from here. Yes, webmail. Okay, let's see this here. Okay, here webmail allows you to send PDFs, email attachments using any mail account. Okay, so this is not, we should prevent something like this. Only this should be done using the Outlook. Okay, so let's do this using a registry key. So this is all things to secure. So you should not do this with emails through the web. This can be done using the Outlook because we can secure the Outlook. Okay, so we have this key. We will create it under feature lockdown. We will create a new key. We will call it See Web. See Web Mail Profiles. Okay, and then let's also have a description. Let me give you a small description. What is webmail? Webmail. Okay. Okay. Webmail, it is an email server that you can be accessed using a standard web browser. So this what I was talking about. It contrasts with email service accessible through a specialized email software client like Outlook or like Mozilla Thunderbird. So this webmail, it is accessed through a standard web browser. So we should not enable option or the option to send PDFs as attachment to webmail emails. Okay, so this is the thing that we were talking about. So let's continue and disable this feature by making a new registry key and then create this key under this new created location. So we can go to policies and then go to Adobe and get to Adobe Acrobat and then DC and then feature lockdown and then go to see webmail profiles, and then we should create this registry key, disable webmail. Okay, and actually I do not encourage users to access their email using the web unless your Outlook is not working. Okay, so we will do this by dword and tell him to disable webmail. So let's go to the next recommendation. The next recommendation is to disable online SharePoint access. So we all know that SharePoint, it is a server or it's a service that you can collaborate with your different colleagues from different places outside your network. So for example, if you are in Egypt and you have one of your colleagues in United States and another colleague in another place or a third place, you can all collaborate and share documents and access them using a SharePoint server. But let's this is a very also critical thing because it will be done over the internet. So this also is a feature that we should disable. Disabling SharePoint disable or removes the user's ability to add a SharePoint account access, controls the application ability to detect that a file came from a SharePoint server, and disables checkout prompt. So to share and collaborate between your colleagues, to share files, and actually I think SharePoint is something like a file server, the same concept as the file server. You share documents and folders between your colleagues or your network users, but it is not internally, it is outside your network. Okay, let's see also a small description. What is SharePoint? What is SharePoint? Let's see here, small description. What is SharePoint? Okay, SharePoint, let's see. SharePoint is a web-based collaborative platform that integrates with Microsoft Office, launched in 2001. SharePoint is primarily sold as document management and storage system, but the product is highly configurable and its usage varies substantially among organizations. So it is basically document management and storage. So you can use it as a file server, but not internally. It could be used globally between your branches, different branches in your organization. Okay, so here let's see if this is the same. What is the SharePoint? So we need to see a small explanation. Organizations use Microsoft SharePoint to create websites. You can use it as a secure place to store, organize, share, and access information from any device. So it's like a file server, but to be accessed, and this file server is secure and to be accessed from any device outside your network. So this is also a very critical option to use. Okay, all you need is a web browser such as Microsoft Edge, Internet Explorer, Chrome, or Firefox. Okay, so it is basically a web file server. Okay, or something, let's see, like more like a file server using FTP, or but not FTP, of course, something web server. Okay, web file server. Okay, but it is more secure and it is used to collaborate between different teams across different places. So let's also see, let's go and see another explanation, or what is the share, or let's go for a moment. What is SharePoint and how it works? SharePoint is a web-based collaboration system that uses workflow applications, list databases and other web parts, and security features to empower business teams to work together. So it's a tool to collaborate, or it used to make different teams or different persons from different places to work together. Something like, for example, to work on one document, okay, as I have said before. So it is basically a file server. You can store on it, you can manage your document through it, and you can collaborate between different employees from different places in the globe, okay, and through a web-based browser or web-based website, okay. So we need to disable this feature. This is not a good option to use in a military environment, so we need to do this. We need to disable SharePoint access, okay. So we need to go and see if this is in a group policy. Yes, let's see here, where is, yes, SharePoint and Office 365 access. So let's see here. Okay, here he is saying that users to use both SharePoint and Office 365 cloud features. So he will not disable the Office 365 email, he will disable the cloud features. I think he's talking about OneDrive here, okay, and SharePoint. So we need to disable these features, also using a registry key. So we'll create a new key, we will call it C SharePoint, and we will copy it and create it under the feature lockdown. We will call it C SharePoint. Go right click and then new and then key, and then we'll make it C SharePoint, and then we'll create a key under it, and let's see what this key will be. New registry item, and then tell him create, and then we'll go to the newly created key, okay, software, then policies, okay, then Adobe Reader, then Acrobat, then DC, then feature lockdown, then C SharePoint, okay, and create a key to disable SharePoint access, okay. So this is the thing, SharePoint access. Then we disable this feature. So here is basically closing and restricting all of the Adobe Reader DC online features to secure the product or the program. Then something like to disable Adobe welcome screen. The Adobe Reader welcome screen can be distracting and also has online links to the Adobe quick tips, webs, tutorials, blogs, and community forums. Just wait for a moment, guys. So let's continue, guys. Here we see that we should disable Adobe welcome screen. The Adobe welcome screen can be distracting and also have online links. So there is online links in the welcome screen which should redirect you to outside web servers. We should not, or we couldn't know if they are secure, or if they are, or if we are connecting to these servers using a secure connection. So this also should be disabled, okay. So it's saying online links to Adobe quick tips, website, tutorials, blogs, and community forums. All of these sites, we don't know if they are secure or not. They are using secure protocols to connect to them or not, okay. So we should disable welcome screen of Adobe. Let's see what is Adobe welcome screen, because I think I didn't see it before. Adobe welcome screen. Okay, let's see this here. So Adobe welcome screen, this is the splash. No, I think this is not okay, this is, so let's wait for a moment. This is the welcome screen that looks do not show welcome screen sign. So here we have something like get started, new features. So it is something like promotion to Adobe Reader, different features and products. So different features and tutorials. So we should disable this feature, okay, and this will not appear for any user. So we should disable welcome screen, okay. This also will be done using a register key, but let's see if we can do this from the group policy. Let's say welcome screen, so we can disable welcome screen from here, okay. So let's continue. Be show welcome screen, we will make it 0. So we will first we need to create a key called see welcome screen. Okay, and then we'll create it here, new key see welcome screen, and then we will create a key under it. Okay, new registry, and tell him create, and then we'll go to the key that we have created earlier, and then policies, then Adobe Acrobat, then DC, then feature lockdown, then see welcome screen, and then we will create a key to disable welcome screen. Okay, and then number D word, and then 0. Okay, so we disable this feature, and then let's go to the next recommendation. Here also service upgrades. By default, Adobe Online services are tightly integrated into Adobe Reader DC. We all know this. Okay, disabling service upgrades disable both updates to products, web plugin components, as well as services without exception, as all services without exception, including any online sign-in screen. Okay, so here he will disable upgrading of components related to Adobe Reader that connects to the web. So these plugins that are added to the Adobe Reader, it is connecting to the internet. Okay, so he will disable upgrading these plugins, and to upgrade services, especially the online services, or actually will disable online services as a whole, but this also to make sure he will not upgrade his service or his online service features and web plugin components. Okay, so we'll do this also using a registry key, and let's see if we can do this from group policy. This is service upgrades. Disable both updates to products, web plugin components. Okay, web plugin components, as well as all services. Okay, so we will do this using a registry key. So let's continue. Let's see, I think I'm displaying here. So we'll do this using a registry key, be updater, and we will put it under toggle Adobe sign in. Okay, this is on the feature lockdown under, I think, under C services maybe. Let me show you all, or let me pass this real quickly. So here we will go and tell him local, and then software, and then go to policies, then Adobe Acrobat, then DC, then we will go to C services, and then we'll create the key P updater to close it completely. I think this will update the web plugins and services, not the product as a whole, or the security updates for Adobe Reader. Okay, so this should be clarified. Okay, now we have done this. Let's continue working with the other recommendations. So here we should disable the ability to add trusted files and folders. Privileged locations allow the user to selectively trust files, folders, and hosts to bypass some security restrictions, such as enhanced security. We have discussed what is enhanced security before, and protected view. This helps to protect your PDF from malicious scripts and viruses. Okay, so a trusted location, it is a location where the Adobe Reader will trust the files in it, and he will not enable the enhanced security feature and protected view over the files in this trusted location. And this can be done by the user. We should disable something like this. By default, the user can create privileged locations through the GUI or graphical user interface. Disabling trusted files and folders disables and locks the end user's ability to add folders and files as privileged locations prevent them from assigning trust and thereby exempting that location from enhanced security restrictions. So we should do this. Let's see if you can have something like this from the group policy. Enable protected. So let's see if we have something like this. We have general, help, and then security, privilege, host, locations. So here we should do this also. Uses to allow admins to specify trusted contents are the primary method Acrobat use to allow users and admins to specify trusted content that should be exempted from security restrictions. So we can do this also from here, okay, from security. So we will do this using a registry key. Okay. So we'll do this key under feature lockdown, copy, and then we will do this here, right click and new registry item, and then we will create a key under local machine, then software, then Adobe or policies, then Adobe, then Acrobat, and then DC, and then feature lockdown. So we create it here, and we'll put the key to disable trusted folders. But actually this is a good or a useful option not to disable, because we should as admins specify some locations to be exempted from the enhanced security and protected view options. Something like internal locations in our network that contains trusted PDFs or trusted documents. This could be done, but it should be controlled by the administrators, not the users. Okay, so this should be a useful option to use if used wisely. Okay, anyway, so let's continue with the other recommendation. Disable the ability to elevate, i.e. Internet Explorer trust to privileged locations. Privileged locations allow the users to selectively trust. Anyway, we have done this, or we have read this before in the previous recommendation. Disabling IE trusts to privileged locations disables and locks the end user's ability to treat IE trusted sites, not trusted locations, as privileged locations, prevent them from assigning trust and thereby exempting the location from enhanced security restrictions. So in Internet Explorer there is some locations that are trusted. We all know that in Internet Explorer there is some options called intranet zone, internet zone, secure zone, or something like. There is zones where the IE or the Internet Explorer trust certain websites, so you can put your trusted internal websites in the trusted zone in the Internet Explorer. So he's saying here that we should not take the trusted sites from the Internet Explorer to be treated or to be treated as privileged locations, and should be exempted from enhanced security restrictions. So it also should be disabled. Okay, so let's see if we can do this. I think automatically trust sites with my WinOS security zone. So this, I think this is it. Uses to allow admins to compare trust. Anyway, so I think this is related to the Internet Explorer. This is, but in a different format. So general, and then help, then security, then trust, then preferences. Let's see if we have something like this. Okay, so I think this is the most reasonable one to work with. It's automatically trust sites with my WinOS security zones. So he's linking the trusted sites to the security zones, or the Internet or Internet Explorer security zones. Okay, so this is something we need to take care. We all know, for example, let me see if I still have it in the control panel. Okay, we have something called Internet. Let's see here. No, it's not here. We call Internet options, I think, or trusted zones. Let's see in the control panel if I see something like this. This is the control panel. So here is internet options. Let me get to internet options. Here, internet options, access date. Okay, just a moment. File, phone, Windows Defender, internet options. We can see from here that there is something called security, and these are the zones. Okay, so we take websites in these zones to be trusted. There is internet zones for websites except those listed in untrusted. So these are trusted internet websites. This zone is all websites that are found on your intranet or your internal network, websites internally. And trusted websites, these are trusted websites, internal or external for your network. And restricted sites. So he take all of these websites and trust them, or use them as zones or security zones to trust or to be a trusted location. Okay, so anyway, this should be noted also. So let's continue and disable this feature. We will do this using a registry key, and I have shown you all how we can do this using a group policy. So let's continue and do this. We can do this from under feature lockdown, and do this as feature lockdown, the registry item, and then tell him create, and then we'll go to local machine, then software, then policies, then Adobe, then Acrobat, then DC, then feature lockdown, and then select, and then we will put be disable trusted sites, and then apply and OK. Okay, then the next recommendation, disable periodically uploading of European certifications. By default, the user can update European certifications from Adobe server. So these are certifications uploaded or downloaded from Adobe server. Okay, when uploading European certifications is disabled, it prevents automatic download and installation of certificates, and disable and locks the end user ability to upload those certifications. So certifications basically are used to secure your connection or secure your documents. But let's see what are Adobe European certifications. Okay, Adobe European certifications. Let's see here. How does Adobe certificates? When you apply a certificate-based signature, Acrobat uses a hashing algorithm to generate a message digest, which it encrypts using your private key. So it is basically a certification that you will use to encrypt your PDF. Okay, especially a signed PDF. Okay, it's apply a certificate-based signature. Okay, so certificate-based signature, Acrobat uses a hashing algorithm to generate a message digest which encrypts using your private key. Adobe embeds the encrypted message digest in the PDF. Certificate detail signature. Just a moment. So I think it is used to even to digitally sign your. It is used to digitally sign your PDF and secure it. So it is basically, these certifications are used to digitally sign your PDF and to secure it. Okay, so there is some certifications that are downloaded from Europe, I think. Here, the EU trusted list is a public list of over 200 active and legacy trust service providers that are specifically accredited to deliver the highest levels of compliance with the EU digital electronic signature regulation. So these are certifications that are used to digitally sign your PDF. Okay, and it is downloaded from websites in Europe, I think. So he is saying that you should not use these certifications. Anyway, because it's a military environment, so they do not need something like this to be enabled. And actually, we will see after that you can not only use European certifications to digitally sign your PDFs, but you can use Adobe certifications to digitally sign your PDFs, and this should be disabled. Okay, you only use certifications that are issued from your certificate server inside your internal network, not certifications from outside certificate servers. Okay, just to make it more secure. Okay, so he is saying this. So we will go this option, it will be configured from the user configuration this time, not from the computer configuration. Okay, so we need to go and see, we need to create a registry key from the user side or current user section in the registry, not the local machine section. Okay, so we'll do registry, and in current user we will create a key to disable downloading of European certifications to digitally sign your PDFs. Okay, but we need first to create two keys, okay, under the current user. So we go to current user, then we go to software, then we go to Adobe, then do Adobe Acrobat Reader DC. Okay, we need to create two keys, cdig sign and CEUTL download. We need to create these two keys, and under them we need to disable, or we create two keys to disable using of these certifications. Let's see if we can use these, or we can do this using a group policy. If we go there, let's see if we can have it. Okay, trusted preferences. Okay, it is in the user section. So if you go there and open continuous and then preferences here, and then trust here, this is the one, load trusted certificates from Adobe. So you can use certificates downloaded from Adobe servers or from European servers. Okay, so this is it. We can disable, we will disable both. We will not use certifications from both Adobe European servers or normal Adobe servers. Okay, so this is it. We need to do this. We have shown you all how we can do this using a group policy, and we use this using a registry key. So we need to go and create this key, create two keys under you will create it under security. We will create two keys. Okay, one key and one sub key. Okay, so this key is the main key, and then there is another sub key. So we can go and let's see a bit more further here. So again, so anyway, this is very simple to do. We need to disable periodic uploading of Adobe Reader's certifications. I have showed you all how we can do this also from a group policy perspective, and from a registry key we will need to create. So we need to go there. Let me show you all. We will go to run, and then we will go to regedit, and then OK, and then we'll click yes, and then we will go to current user. So let's go there to the current user. Okay, and then we will go to software. Okay, and then we will go to Adobe, and then we go to Acrobat Reader, and then DC, and then here we will create under security. So let's go there for security. Okay, we need to create, here is dig sign, so it is there, and there is ETUL. So we will create our key here first in this location, so it is already there, and there is Adobe download. So we will create both keys here to disable downloading of European certifications to digitally sign your PDFs, and to download Adobe certifications to digitally sign your PDFs. Okay, so this will be done, and I have shown you all how we can do this using a group policy from this location. Okay, so let's continue. And then I think this is the last recommendation. You should be aware, or you should notice, that the Adobe Reader DC should always be updated. This security updates, it should only, or should always be updated from the security point or security updates like Windows, for example. Okay, so Adobe Reader should be the latest, should receive the latest security updates. Okay, because there is a lot of security flaws with software applications are discovered daily. Vendors are constantly updating and patching their products to address newly discovered security vulnerabilities. So you can automate this process for updating your Adobe Reader DC with security updates using patch managers software or third-party patch manager software like SolarWinds Patch Manager or Manage Engine Patch Manager. This will not be updated, or it will not be automated using the WSOS. Okay, the WSOS only updates Microsoft products, so we need to use third-party software as a patch manager to update different non-Microsoft products with the latest security updates, including the Adobe Reader DC program. So this is the thing. He's saying that this is another thing. And then the last recommendation is to enable FIPS mode. This is an encryption algorithm used by the federal or used by the government of the United States. This is a kind of encryption called Federal Information Product Security or something like this. This type of encryption is used only by the United States government, and it's not widely used across the globe, so it's only used in the United States, and not all of the programs and operating systems can deal with this kind of encryption. Okay, so you need to take care that it is not widely used and it's not widely implemented with different programs, or not all programs can work with the FIPS encryption algorithm. So let me show you all again what is FIPS. FIPS. Okay, Federal Information Processing Standards. Okay, so he's saying that these are kind of algorithm used by the federal government of the United States. Okay, so we should not use it actually, because it will do a lot of damage, because actually not a lot of damage, but it is not used widely, or most applications cannot deal with this kind of algorithm. Or you should investigate the application that we will use and see if it works fine with the FIPS algorithm. So he's saying use of weak and untested encryption algorithm undetermines the purpose of utilizing encryption to protect data. The application must implement cryptography modules adhering to the higher standards approved by the federal government, since this provides assurance that they have been tested and validated. Okay, so this should be used by the you need to apply the FIPS encryption algorithm on all of your PDFs, okay, using this registry key. So we can do this using a registry key, and we can do this also from the group policy. If we go there and see here, we can enable FIPS. Here you go, you can enable FIPS. Okay, so let's continue. So we need to enable FIPS using a registry key or using a group policy. Okay, so we'll go and create a key under security, I think. Yes, no, under AG general. Okay, and then we will create something called, here we'll create the key here. Okay, so let's go and create it. New registry key. It's already opened. So this encryption algorithm, it is used by the federal government of the United States. So there is special programs designed to be used by the federal government of the United States that work with the FIPS encryption algorithm. Okay, so not all software used with this, or not all of softwares can deal with this kind of algorithm. Okay, we'll make it one. and then apply and OK. So this is it. This is the last recommendation for working with or securing Adobe Reader DC. Okay, the next or the upcoming video we will work with doing a lot of things in our lab. First we need to create a script to update the Active Directory attribute manager and employee ID in the Active Directory. So let's continue here. I need to first, what I need to do, I need to take a snapshot. So let's go there and show you all. I need to take a snapshot, okay, snapshot of my domain controller, and take a snapshot of my POW. So we will take a snapshot, we will name it before AD attribute or Active Directory attribute, AD manager and employee ID attribute. So we need to update our Active Directory users manager field and employee ID field. Okay, we need to, every user in our Active Directory, it should have or every user in the Active Directory should have his manager field filled with his direct supervisor or direct manager and his employee ID. We have failed to do this in the beginning of the lab. We will rectify this error and see how this can be done. So we will take a snapshot from this machine, and then we will take a snapshot also from this machine. We will take a snapshot and we will continue. We'll shut down the machine, and then I will take a snapshot of my POW also as well, VM and then snapshot. Then we'll take a snapshot and we will work with this in the upcoming video. Okay, so hope this video informative for you all, and thank you all for viewing. Thank you so much.